Hi tribe, welcome to my channel. This is Dr. J with the Therapy of Planning, and today I'm here to do a quarter 1 review. So for those of you who are coming back, welcome back and thank you so much. Hope you've been doing well. And for those of you who are new, thank you so much for hitting that button and clicking on this video to check it out and see what the Therapy of Planning is all about. Here we go. Okay. So those of you who have been here before know that in my planner and journal lineup, there is a total of 10, yes, 10 different items. Oh, excuse the nails. They do need to be done. But anyway, yes, I have 10 planners and journals, and they're not something, of course, that I carry with me or use every single day, but they are things that cover all the different areas of my life that I want to take note of or track or utilize to express feelings in. So these things are the things that work for me as far as the areas they cover. Now you'll see as we go through this review the things that are working really well and a few things that I need to tweak or change around. So I'm going to start with my top three, which you see right here in front of me. And number one is the prayer journal. Okay. This is, and let's move these things out of the way. My prayer journal consists of one sterling ink monthly notebook, which is this one A5 monthly insert, I should say, and two A5 notebooks. So in this monthly booklet, I simply write down the verse of the day. Behind, I didn't write, wow, I didn't write it all this week. So I have to go back in. I usually do decorate, but I am of the mindset, and I heard another planner saying this, of giving myself some grace. This is all about being creative and being fun, having fun and enjoying being able to sit down and decorate. And if things are busy and I don't get to do that, I'm not going to worry about it. But I do enjoy doing it. You see, I did it the first couple months of the year, but I never did get around to March, and we're still just, well, by the time you're seeing this, we'll be uh, probably past mid-April, but maybe by the time you see it, I'll have got back to decorating it. But that's what I use the monthly for. I have a couple of things inside here. This A5 notebook, the first one is kind of slid under here, so you don't see the cover of it. But in this one, I write weekly the actual verses. I write them out. So I just will either set it up like this horizontally, or I'll do the quad. And then I discovered, this is one of my favorite ones. I discovered, oh, I love this one too, that I can also not be afraid to use more pages. So here I actually use a half a page per day. Sometimes you get to a verse that's a little bit longer, and sometimes you're one that's shorter. Um, but I love just the decorations. I was able to find these are all clip art that I printed and cut myself. And let me tell you, this right here makes all the difference in the world. This is the gyro cut. Now I do have a Cricut Joy, and I was gifted it, and I'm so thankful for it. But I never started using it because I just felt a little overwhelmed by sitting down with the app that comes with it and moving everything in there and then printing it and then cutting it. And so a couple of times that I really wanted something that was clip art to download, I just did it and fussy cut it. But when I found this gyro cut, somebody I follow had this. I can't remember who the first person is. Several people now that use it is that I saw with it. But when I saw that and got it and was using it, I felt like it was just as fast as me setting it up in the Cricut. Um, so I'm happy with it. I have a mixture. I'm just starting to get into clip art and print downloading it, and let me tell you, it is a lifesaver because this year I'm really trying to do low buy, and I've found a great deal of satisfaction. All these are clip art. This is from Firefield Creations. This is just a picture I found on Pinterest. Just learning to gather things from other sources besides always buying sticker books, because let me tell you, I love my ladies out there that are in these small shops. I love Anika from Anika's Creative Closet, and Jessica from Live La Posh, and Heather from Caliber Plan, and I can go on and on. Studio Bliss, I love her dolls. Um, there's so many. There's Isabella Jules, um, and there's a few that I'm forgetting right off the top of my head. Let's Get Planned. Watched her from before Sticker Shop to now, and I love her stuff. But I really, really want to be mindful because I do have a lot of things. And so if I'm gonna see other things that I like, at least if I can download them and print them, it's going to save me quite a few dollars, and uh, going to have less stuff because when I print it, I use it. So it's not taking up room here for the most part. I might have a few sheets, like if I don't use the whole of what I printed, but for the most part, it's much less room than a sticker book, which I have learned that getting a sticker book is kind of like um, getting a record album. I'm showing my age, right? Nobody gets albums anymore, everybody downloads. But it's the same concept of you had to make a choice. When I was growing up, you made a choice. Did you want the single, the little 45, or did you want to take a chance to get the whole album? Because 9 times out of 10, you might like the song that you currently heard, the hit that's playing on the radio, of course, and you may love the one or two songs, but you're probably not going to like every song on the album. And sometimes you found that you only like that one. That's how a sticker book kind of is in some cases, um, especially the larger companies. Oh, let's just say, I'll say like Happy Planner. I'll love the, um, like maybe certain big stickers that they'll have. I love the metallic stickers. I'll love some of the quotes, but then a lot of the other stickers I won't need. Like I don't use a lot of boxes in my planning, um, and a lot of the more I don't know, the less decorative stuff, let's put it that way, is stuff that I won't use, and so I have all these sticker books, and sometimes you have so many you can't even find what you want to use. So anyway, this is where I write out my prayers. I won't go into that, but basically I just date it as I go, and it's so much better than having dated pages, because if I miss, or if I'm traveling and I won't bring this big notebook with me, I may write somewhere else, which is another video for another day, but I won't bring this with me. And if I miss days that I just don't write in here, I'm just not moved at that moment to write in here, and the day gets away from me and I never do, I won't feel bad that I have these empty pages. I mean, I've had them when I was using the Hobonichi Cousin last year, and it was okay that I had them here or there, but your natural inclination is to try to fill them. But here, because I just date it as I go along, there's no empty pages. And so I don't have to worry about dating it. I don't have to worry about it if it's already dated. So I really love it. And of course, a lot of you know that I really enjoy these beautiful plain pages, no color, no quotes, nothing, just plain page. It tells me where I could divide it, and I'm great. So that is my prayer journal in this Motrin cover, which is nice and stretchy because I have it full to the brim here, and it has the two snaps. I can go the one. Oh, maybe now I can't. So just gonna go to the second snap. I keep a pen there, not that I really usually use that particular pen, but it just happened to match, so I put that there. But prayer journal, doing well, excellent, not thinking of changing anything about it. So number two, the work planner. Okay, that is this half letter, which I currently have housed in an OT cover. And let's face it, I always have it housed in an OT cover. May not be this one, but it's one of the several that I have. Hey, VJ, I just love her stuff. I love her. She's an awesome person. And I have this cover, which getting ready probably in May. I'll go back into my pink croc. That's like my favorite. I also have a white one, and I have a black one, and I have a mulberry one. Anyway, we won't talk about all that. But this is what I use for work. Half letter. It is packed here. I have this cover from Jane's Agenda. I do subscribe to her um, box every month, and I alternate between the cover club and the deluxe depending on what's coming out. Or usually we get to see a sneak peek, which I love because I can make a decision, because I'm trying to budget but I don't want to miss out on everything, or I have a little bit that I'll spend. I can decide to get it, not get it, skip that month, or to get the deluxe instead of just the cover club, or just to get the cover club. But anyway, I like being able to make those decisions. Um, Really, I do show an update of this every month, because I go in here and I have the month prior, the current month, and the next month. And so when I change this out, I sometimes, I'm changing or adding covers to the month. And so I usually will record that. Um, and then I just have in here, well, yeah, let's just do May because we're here. This is, of course, the monthly. This is from Levenger, and I will use this to record the time that I work each day. Like, if I have leave, we call it annual leave, but most people call it PTO, or if I worked in a different location than my normal location, or if I started at a different time than normal, I note that here. These are inserts that was in my subscription box from Jane's Agenda, so I didn't get these intentionally. I put them in here to see if I would be able to make use of them. I don't typically have a lot of appointments that I need to kind of use this format. What I do use is this format. So these are the ones that I ordered for the year, also Jane's Agenda. And what I like to do is notate what I did that day or what happened that day here. And I love having this long to-do box, priorities, um, and then there's some space for some notes. I haven't really come up with what to use this basically tracker for, but I do love this layout. And so I found a way to put this in here so I can flip back and forth between the two, so that if that week I do happen to have several different appointments for work, I'll put them here. Um, I think we got 3 or 4 months. I feel like I got more than a quarter of this, but maybe we got a quarter. And I don't think that I'll end up buying them to put them in. I love how they look. The look of them is very aesthetically pleasing, but I don't see that I'm using it a lot. I've put a few different appointments on it, but it just hasn't been enough to warrant me buying the inserts. So what I would usually do is, if I had a week that I did have several appointments, I might put like a half of page here. Like, I have these inserts here. These are from Levenger as well, and just gives some more space for some to-dos. I have a function coming up, a large event that I'm planning, and so I know these next 2 weeks I'm going to have a lot of extra things for that, so I stuck this in here. And I feel like I have, or maybe Jane has in her shop, a half a page or insert like this that you can add appointments to, or I can even just take, and I've done that. Let me see if I can find it though. Um, I've taken a piece of paper and just folded it in half. I'm not sure where I put it, but I took a paper, just like this, like a big page insert, and just folded it like this and put it in my book so that I can just write extra things on there. So I can do that if I have some appointments that week that I need to, I've had multiple ones that I need to um, write down. Of course, there's always the monthly. You see, I keep the whole year in here so I can always see what I did when, and I could future plan as well. And I could just simply write down appointments here and the monthly, and that's what I was doing before I got those inserts. So everything is covered here. I have a place for business cards, and I have this brings me right to where I am now. It's an inbox from Jane's Agenda. And also I have a place for, I have a couple of these spotlight page flags and an inbox here that I can, you see I've stuck some notes on there. And then I have these clear um, stickies, and I have these back here. Okay, and plenty of room for cards. I took some other ones out that I need to add back into there. And that's it. That's what's working for me wonderfully for work. I also have this A5 insert, or they say it's A5, might be a little bit smaller, but anyway, I got these from Amazon. They're 3 in a pack, and I use this whenever I have to write down a narrative of what's going on at work, if some event happened that I need to take detailed notes. I use that book. So that's it. That's work. It's a half letter that I love, and I'm very happy with that. Not going anywhere. Keep pressing on with that. Okay, so number 3 is my personal journal, or personal planner, I should say, and that is my beloved TN. I love the TN. When I first started planning, I got into Happy Planner right away. Well, I think I started with the half letter because I saw a tool notebook, and I was looking for something that was more permanent than some flimsy notebook. And the fact that I can take these pages in it, put them in, take them out, refresh them, and still keep like the same notebook, I just fell in love with that. And then I saw a Happy Planner. And then I saw stickers. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. But anyway, I also discovered, I had seen before and had an awareness of a TN, but I saw, I started becoming aware of the planner community and saw people using the TN, and suddenly I had to have it. So I started using the TN, and then of course, squirrel, I got distracted by some other planners, and the Hobonichi, I think, was the next thing that caught my eye. And so I had, the story, down the rabbit hole I went. So anyway, I found now that I am settling in, and I have come back to what I truly love. I even took that Hobonichi cousin, if you might have seen in a previous video, and cut it down to standard size, which I saw from Monique from Monique Plans, and um, Kim from Martin Made TV. And so I loved that. And when I saw that I loved that changed my whole relationship with the Hobonichi, I said, the TN it is for me. And it just so happened that at that moment, here came Catherine with her Sterling Ink TN. And I am in love with this planner. Okay, so I have in my book this craft paper folder that I just keep in here. I had decorated it and really loved how it came out. So I keep it in here just to throw any kind of paper that I need to keep in there. I also have the plastic insert, which is wrapped around this other traveler's notebook insert. I believe it's actual, yeah, traveler's notebook insert. It's just graph. I use this to keep information, like if I'm working on something that I'm gonna have to come back to, take notes on, and come back to. I keep it in here, somewhat like collections, but it's not specific collections. It's just certain things that are going on that I have to investigate or take care of for my personal business. I write it in here. And then here is the planner itself. I have a few things that I still want to work on doing, which I didn't fill this sheet out because I do have a vision board in my creative journal, which I'll show you when we get to that. But I do still had plans to do some decoration here. I've been back and forth over how I want to set this up. Yes, I know we're a quarter of the way into the year, but I've been watching other videos and I did get an idea because I didn't want to write in here because first of all, I don't print small, and I know I wouldn't like the look of just blocks of print here. So um, it's kind of about a little bit about aesthetic for me, how I want to set it up. And I just saw somebody, I believe, Suhei Plans. I like the way she set hers up. And so it just has me thinking. So I'm still working it out how I want to set this up. Um, but I will set it up. Here too, I keep going back and forth. I think I almost have it fleshed out. I did kind of just throw this here. And you can see I didn't do it, I didn't keep track, but these are a couple of projects that I'm working on. So I wanted to chart down when I worked on them, but I didn't do that because I kind of wasn't 100% satisfied that that's really what I wanted to do with this space. So we'll come back to that. I will get that done. And just decorate the month and write any kind of updated upcoming plans that for myself. I don't put anything work. No, I can't say that. I don't put anything personal in my work planner, but I will sometimes put work things in here. Like if I have to go somewhere, um, then I will put it in here. So that's that for the monthly. And then the weekly, I just decorate. I don't, like I said, have a lot of appointments, but I do enjoy having a space to put the ones down that I do. And I just really enjoy decorating these pages. Um, and so I don't really have any kind of fixed way, but I do like to come in and decorate and take note of where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing. And of course, if I have any appointments. So that's just a quick, really, really quick flip. You know, some layouts I love more than others, but that's the nature of the beast, right? Next week, you just flip and you get a whole blank slate to start all over again. And then for my daily pages, we can get back here. I probably need to put something here to flag it, but I have something that brings me to the current week. If you can see that this week, but I don't have anything to indicate where the daily start. But here's where I started, and basically my idea was I would always decorate this front for the week, so like a weekly dashboard, and then on the back I have the whole page for to do, and then I give myself a half a day, no, a half a page per day, and that seems to be working. You'll see that there's plenty of places where there's plenty of space, which is fine with me because I feel like I can read it better. If it's completely cluttered with stuff, then it's harder for me to find what I might be looking for. If I'm trying to go back and see when I did something. But basically, I just write in. The weekend seems to be the least because I'm home just chilling and I don't always go back and put something in there, but sometimes I do. This week I had to back plan because I think I was away or something. And so I came home and I put the week in here, but I really didn't write much except for a couple of days towards the end. I always have this block under here for uh, next week because I like for Saturday and Sunday to be on one page. Um, and so that works out for me that way. And yeah, I just love setting this up each week and I love flipping through the pages. It, I don't think I want to go any smaller than a half a page per day, even though sometimes it seems like I don't need it all, then sometimes I do. So I just accept the days that I don't write and I don't have a problem with it because I love decorating it and I love looking at it. I'll just sometimes flip through here um, just to look at the setup. I just really love the decoration and of course as my channel proclaims, it's really therapeutic just having this time to sit down and be creative and set up the pages. Okay. And I love keeping track of the weeks by the numbers opposed to just, the months. Um, and look, this is clip art. Okay. And I just love how beautifully that came out. And I ran out of sticker paper. So it's on paper and you can kind of see a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit not perfectly glued down right there. But I kind of like it. It kind of gives it a little bit of a three-dimensional look. Um, so I really have enjoyed discovering all the clip art that's available on Etsy, um, and utilizing that. And I'm so grateful to that gyro cut because it really makes it all possible. I mean, I could fussy cut it, but it would take longer, and probably deter me from downloading. And now I have a huge collection of clip art, but I love that because I can just go to my computer and print out whatever I want to use. Um, if I don't have a particular thing, like if I'm trying to set up for a holiday or something like that, like you saw with St. Patrick's Day, I can just jump on the computer and I mix things. Like this is out of a book. I think this is out of a book that I got from Temu. Surprisingly, I love that sticker. And this is a piece of clip art that I printed. So I definitely am eclectic in my planning, which is one of the reasons why I don't usually do um, like a setup video because or playing with me because I'm slow. I'm slow at it because I get things from all different books all over different, small shops that I've have plenty of sticker sheets and this is for the upcoming week. Okay. So that's what I do. I'm waiting to see how we fare because you see how thick it is right here already. This is a quarter way in, so I don't know what it's going to look like for the whole year. Um, I think if we get down to the last quarter and it gets really tight and I can't write in it, that I'll just probably put another insert in here because I could have another string, and just use that. Like I'm not going to struggle. I don't want to waste pages, but um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And that will also determine if next year, instead of ordering, this is the full book, the 570 pages is what I think it is, or oh, what 369, 369 in the back, and then so it's the whole year. Um, so if I find that it doesn't work out, that it's too thick, then I will order instead the monthly booklet, the weekly booklet, and then probably like the half year notebook, and then like two half-year notebooks, and kind of do it like a Vex style, and then use the strings instead. But I will stick with Sterling Inks TN. I love it. I am still enthusiastic a quarter of the year in, and I don't see that changing. So that's what I have. I use, sorry, I use these um, Friction pens, that way you say it, because I'm a coward and I think I'm going to make a mistake and I need to erase. And so I love that. And I love that I have 4 colors. So I put this here as well as in the loop is a black one. So that is the personal planner and I am loving that. Okay, so here come the problems, or at least one anyway, and that would be my wellness journal. My wellness journal, I've just changed, my idea of how I want to maintain the information that I keep, and it's not a lot of information. I'm finding a couple of other things to add as we go along, but I like to track what I ate for the day, what time I ate, because I do kind of fast intermittently. Like I try to do like a 16 and 8, not perfect with it, but that's one of the reasons why I like to write down what time and try to kind of get myself to be a little bit more routine about it. I write down about my sleep, which is really where um, tracking wellness started for me, because I was not just sleeping like I normally would the past few years. Hey, life happens, body's going through changes, and my sleep is different. And so I like to take note of what I did or what I ate in conjunction to how I slept. And I also find that I really do well to have at least 7 to 8 hours. Back in the day, I can get 6 and I can function, but I can tell a difference than when I get the full 8. Before, I could sleep 6 and I couldn't tell a difference. Maybe on the weekend or when I had off, I might be like, oh, yeah, I'm tired. Let me get some extra rest. But now I really like to keep track of sleep. And also, there's some symptoms that I sometimes have that I want to make note of it, because, like I said, it's sometimes, it's not all the time. So if I'm talking to my physician, I want to be able to say, well, this has been happening this amount of times, or this has happened frequently, or when I eat this happens. So I am using the wellness journal to do that. And what I did here by going into the half letter, which I have a video that shows what I came out of, which was I started off for this year, I started off here in this common planner, the A5. And I'm going to talk more about this in a separate video, because I am going to be changing what I'm doing here. This didn't work badly, but I just felt like it was a little bit more space than I needed. Like I just used extra things that I have. So I had an extra set of these. You can see I didn't really utilize them. Um, and then here, these were old inserts that I got in a subscription box. I do like that it has this tracker here. I didn't really ever get to figure out what to do with this part. This part I was just kind of writing the number, the hours of sleep, but I really like to describe my sleep. Like, did I wake up? Did I need to turn the fan on? Did I get up and go to the bathroom? I like to kind of track that. Did I dream? So that's stuff that I like to take note of. So like here you can see it's just like a little bit overkill. Like I like having this much room. I like the fact that the times are here, even though I don't really need to. I could just write the time there. And I like a space to write if I had any physical feelings, if I felt, I don't know, achy or tired or whatever. I like to write that down there. But this half letter page seems to be a little bit more space than I need. But what I liked is that I didn't really have to set it up. I did go through here initially and redate it, because it was just pages that I had that, were from last year. Like you can see, this says Halloween. So I did go through and do that. But once I did that, I liked the fact that I could just pick this up in the morning and write in it. And I think that's why I have been searching of what I'm going to do, because in the past, I have set up my wellness journal, and it just got to be like too much. I really like how this looks. This is just a notebook that I got from Walmart. Yeah. And it's basically like almost A5 or A5 size, and I just cut it to standard, or had it cut to standard, and I could like kind of decorate for the week a little bit, and then I just separate it like this. I kind of just separated I decorated a little bit for the week, and then I separated it into 3, and I like this, but I didn't like setting it up. I mean, I love decorating, but what would happen is I was setting up my personal planner, I was setting up my prayer journal, I was setting up um, I didn't really have to do much with work, but I was setting up my personal journal, which when we get to the creative journal, I'll talk more about that. And then this. So those 4 things each week was a little bit more than I wanted to put time into doing, because I'm kind of slow at it, like I said. And I can easily sit here all day and do it and watch videos, and that'll be lovely. But I need to execute some of the plans that I write in my planner that I want to do. And I use a planner so that I can keep organized and get things done. And so I wanted to have time for myself and to have an outlet and to sit down and enjoy planning and, watching videos and engaging with the community. But I also have other things to do. So I kind of ended up putting this aside, even though I do like this. So I'm working on an idea that won't have me in disbound, because I would prefer for it to be bound, won't be overkill in the space that I have, and won't require me setting it up. So, like here on the monthlies, I was doing like when did I last? Um, like when did I clean makeup brushes, get my nails done, change my neti bottle, right? Stuff like that. Um, when I got picked up prescriptions and stuff. I also have these, which I could use for the same thing, which I think is what brought me into this half letter, thinking I would use this before I remembered that I had these monthlies available. And I never did end up using these. These are from Fancy Plans Co. And I really like that it gives you space to track 12 things for the month. I really love that. But I think that this is not coming, or it's not it's not the settling point. It's okay, but it's not the settling point. Um, I love this, but I'm afraid to put myself in a position of having to set it up and be right back where I was when I came out of it as far as time. So I have an idea in my head about what I'm going to do, and I'm going to come back to you in another video, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I had also tried as well and show you what I end up doing. Okay, so that's the wellness journal, still an outlier that needs a little work. Okay, and next, the creative journal. Now, I mentioned that one of the reasons that I came away from the wellness um, journal setup, like in the standard size like this, is because um, I was also setting up this, which is a standard that I'm using. It's really a Stalogy cut down to standard size, and just using this, I just, that's writing in there. So, but I was using this by doing kind of the same concept of setting up. Let me see if I can find one page that I can show you. Setting up a page, like a dashboard page, like this. And then I was going in and making a page per day. So I was dating it, and maybe putting a few stickers down. So I was setting up this, and I was setting up the wellness journal, this, and then I was setting up my personal planner, and my per journal. So, like I said, that was a lot. And I realized that I was getting a little frustrated because I would write kind of routinely, and then I would drop off, and then I would come back, and then I would drop off. So I would have pages that I set up and put stickers on that I didn't end up using um, at all. And sometimes I would try to go back, and it just got to be a lot. And I realized that I just wanted a place that I could decorate when I wanted to decorate, that I can be kind of commonplace, like affirmations, positive quotes that I found, things that I might have read that stood out for me that I wanted to remember. I could go in here, I can decorate, and I could put all that in here. And going on in the beginning of the year, I was kind of strong with it. I wanted to put down words of the year, or word of the year, or it ended up being words of the year: discipline and consistency. And I kind of just made an intro page for the year. I set up a vision board, and then I was just decorating around my words: consistent, disciplined, and then just trying stuff out. Like, got inspired by watching Amy Plans. I can't she's got it, man. She's got those Dutch doors. They are beautiful. And then right behind her, Cam at Piece of the Plans, making that book journal look so wonderful and beautiful. So I just was trying my hand doing little things, um, and just having fun with it. But I found that I'm right now not keeping up with it. Um, the last thing I did in here was this. And so I just, it's a lot. It's a B5. I'm not like by any means saying I'm getting rid of it because it's here. I can just do whatever I want whenever I want with it. But I found that I wasn't getting as much in as I wanted to with this. I also started a little booklet, which I'll talk about, and I have talked about in a separate video for my word of the year. Not even going to bring that out now because that's a whole another outlier. But I did kind of bring this back into the fold because I found that I still wanted to have a place that I wrote down personal feelings or things that were going on with me at the moment. And so what I've been doing is just writing and dating by hand. And just like I did put some stickers down the other day, just took a couple minutes and just threw something down. I didn't make a project of it. And you can see it's not dated. And whenever I do write in here, I'll just date it and write. And then I'll just date wherever I stop on the page and start again, I'll just date and write. So there's not going to be, just like with my prayer journal, there's not going to be blank pages. I'm just going to write in it when I feel like I want to write in it. I realized that what I could do, like I did here for decoration, is just throw some stickers down, like a few pages worth. Just do a couple of little bits, and then write until there's nothing decorated anymore, and then do that again. And don't, take like a tremendous amount of time painstakingly setting up each week only to find that you didn't get to write on 3 out of the 7 pages or 4 out of the 7 pages. So that's what I'm doing for my my creative journal, kind of my personal journals, kind of coming back into the mix. And I think that I'm gonna end up like next year just getting, this is the Stalogy that's cut down, and I do have a couple of them already cut down, so I might still end up using them just to use them. But I would like just a Sterling ink TN notebook because I love those plain pages with nothing on them. Even that little bit that the Stalogy has at the top kind of annoys me a little bit, and I don't want to keep putting something there all the time because that will bulk it up. But we'll see. I might do that. I might cover it, and it doesn't really matter. Stalogies are known for getting bulked up, so not a big deal. But that's where I am with the creative journal. It is kind of gonna be an extra, and I think I'm just gonna bring my personal journal back in the lineup. Or you'll see a place where maybe we have merged two things together, and so maybe I'll still be at 10 keeping a personal journal and a creative journal. Okay, so we're going on and on. I'm trying to hurry up and not take forever, but it is 10 planners and journals. So next is the business planner and notebook. And yes, there is a change there. The change being that I was using this take a note for just any kind of business thing that I had to be at, or any kind of appointment that I may have with a client. But I haven't been having a lot of those appointments. And oops, okay, we just broke it. Oh. All right, we'll look at that later. But I'm just going to clip it with this for now, even though this goes in my personal planner. But I decided to do this to take over the wellness journal because I've done this before. I have some older ones around here somewhere that I did this, and I figured, well, at least it's already dated. I don't have to make these columns. All I have to do is just put this line across, and I can put sleep, meals, and how I'm feeling. Also, I realized that I had these trackers in various books that I have, and so I like to track my water because I'm terrible with it. And when I do this, it helps me to, hey, you need to be looking better than that. And then I noticed that I could also track my vitamins and anything I take in the evening, like algae pills. Sometimes I have to take that and stuff for my sinus. So I can use that tracker there. And this makes like a kind of quick setup. Just do these down here and put the washi over the, you know, the weekly setup that they have. So just put a piece of washi there. So this was what coming into recording. Sorry, I'm a little out of frame there. This is what I plan to do going forward since I wasn't using this as my business planner. But now I'm even having some other thoughts. Like I said, I'm going to come back to you in another video with the wellness planner and you see what I end up doing. But I took that out of the number 6, the business planner, because I just wasn't really utilizing it for that. Unfortunately, I would love to have a whole bunch of appointments, but my business is fledgling and I'm just trying to get things together for it. So, and then it is a what I call 5 to 9 because I work 9 to 5, or not exactly those hours, but meaning I have a full-time regular gig already. And so I'm trying to build my business up on the side. And then um, when I finally get ready to retire, I'm hoping to have the business going strong. And so right at this moment, I just don't have a lot of appointments. So I had the A5, take a note, in this size, the A6 size. If you remember this, I was trying to utilize it for my finance tracker, but I wasn't really 100% comfortable. I could, I could fit things in the daily column, but it just wasn't hitting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any other way to describe it except for I was like, it's okay, but it's not exactly how I want it to go. So it was just sitting there. And I said, you know what? Since I don't need as much space as an A5 is giving me, because you could see I barely had anything to put in it, I'll just plan to use this if I need to write down appointments for business. So that fits in here, which is a, I don't know what to call it, some kind of case. I got this on, I think, did I get it on Amazon? Or did I get it from, oh, what was before Temu? Not AliExpress. Was it AliExpress? I can't even remember. But anyway, I ordered this, and it basically is to carry like your pens, pencils, any, any, if you want stickers or whatever you might want in here. And it's really thin when it zips up and has a handle. So I just took out the book that I was using as the notebook, which is a half-year Stalogy. I'll probably put some kind of cover on here, but and put it in here. And I also had this other booklet in here. It's all just stuff that I was using to um, just brain dump and take notes if I do go to a business meeting. Like I go to a lot of things for entrepreneurs and business planning. And so when I go to something like that, I have that to take notes in. Or if I'm away from home and not having my research and brain dump notebook with me, I utilize that. So everything fits in here. I probably could even add some highlighters and what have you, but it fits in here just as thin as if I had um, a A5, notebook or cover. I mean, so I put it in here because I can mix 2 sizes with that pocket to put the A6 in and a place to put that A5 in. So that is the change for the business planner and notebook. So far, I think that that will work out, and we'll see when we do the quarter 2 review. Okay. Ooh, trying to hurry along, not doing a good job of it because it's a lot of stuff. I have the spending tracker, and I realize what the problem is now. When I presented this and did the lineup, I didn't do all of them at once. I think I broke it down, or I basically told you what I have, but I didn't really go into any kind of detail. So um, now it's ending up being a long video, but it is what it is. Those who enjoy long videos will watch it, and those who don't, or maybe you can watch it in pieces. I don't know. But anyway, here's the spending tracker. I do have a video where I introduced this Hobonichi Weeks as a spending tracker replacement when the Take a Note A6 wasn't doing what I needed it to do. And I also had tried to use the Pocket from Sterling Ink as well. That's this. Um, and we'll see in a minute what else I tried to use it for. But I'm not a Hobonichi Weeks fan. I'll just be honest and transparent. I don't particularly like this layout. It's too small for me. Like I said, I don't write small. And so I've tried. I have other ones that I use, but I like the size of the book. I just don't care for the layout. Um, and I also, of course, am not a fan when it comes to all the color and all the quotes at the bottom. So I wouldn't have purchased this for this. I did use before, and I've shown in a video before, Hobonichi Week size with this paper test. Oh no, I'm sorry, not paper test. Oh Lord. Um, this Art Estelle, I'm sorry, planner, and that size is okay. This one had a page per day, which again was more than I needed. But I did utilize that for tracking my spending. I just never got around to ordering one for this year, or wasn't, because I wasn't completely like convinced that's exactly what I need to use. So I didn't order one, and I was all caught up in ordering Sterling Ink and just didn't get around to it. So I had this that I got at a planner conference, at the Chicago Planner Conference, and so I do love the color of it, the blue with the gold. And after thinking it over, I realized that I could use this pretty successfully to write down. Not really going to show, but let's just say here I write down any auto pays, auto debits that are coming out that week, and over here I write down what I spent. And I realized, not being as familiar with this book as so many other in the community are, I did realize there is a faint line, so that because at first I was just like, I could just keep a rolling list, but I did see that I could separate it by the day, and I'm not going to have that many transactions per day. So yes, I just write how much and what it is I spent, and that's been working, and I'm using something that I have. Next year, um, I'll probably go with the A5 size, kind of like the Aura Estelle is A5 size. It might not be the Aura Estelle because, like I said, I think there was more space in it than I needed. But I see some other ones out there that I may give a try. If not, if I do go with design more like the Hobonichi Weeks, then it will be the Sterling Ink, because I will get nice clear pages. You get more space because there's not this at the bottom. So it's either going to be that one or another week size notebook that I use for my spending tracker. But this will probably be the last Hobonichi that I own. Sorry, Hobonichi. I do love your style, though. I do love the setup, just not the colors and the paper color either. So that's that. Oh, this is from Villa Beautiful. I just switched it from this other wallet that I have. Okay, my cards are still in there, so I'm not going to open it up. But it has a lot of card slots, and it has a place for your money, and the book fits in here. And then I have this one, so I just switched it to here for, change of color for the springtime. And I also have this one that's similar, but just crop, that is a Moterm cover. So I have 3 different things that this week's can fit in that I can utilize, and so that's where I'm at with the spending tracker. Okay. The finance planner, I don't usually share. Haven't shared on the channel because all it is a piece of paper with all the dates of the bills that I have to pay, and I just print it out each month, and I just write down when I paid it, how much I paid, and what bank account I paid it out of. And it's just, I just punch it and put it in a big size planner. So nothing really to see. There is a monthly there so that I can just jot down paydays and different stuff on there. But that's all that there is to that. So I have not really showed that, but it is part of my lineup. Next, we're getting there. We're almost there. Number 9, research notes and brainstorming. I do have a separate video on how I ended up getting this set up. It's just a big letter size, or you can call it Happy Planner Notes, Happy Planner, or whatever. It's just mishmash of stuff that I already had. This was indeed from a notes cover. Flora, I forget exactly the name. It's something like that. But yeah, see, this is from that notebook. And then I just sectioned it up, basically brain dump, scripts, layouts, and notes from videos or podcasts, and notes from um, books that I've read, and then also coaching notes. And I also included, I have still some inserts from the dashboard Happy Planner, and I don't really have an intention for this side, but on this side my goal was to write down, to every day the goal is to spend time doing what I call my 5 to 9. So working on something for that, like working on my website or working on some other aspects of the business. And so I want to write down what I did, and up here I decided to write down what time I did it, like, how much time I spent doing it. I don't, like I said, really have a plan for this side, and I'm not even gonna really worry about it. I just want this side to go ahead and notate the things that I have done. And you can see I'm working on redating it. Okay, so that's really it for the research and um, research notes and brainstorming book. I keep this in my room, so whenever I'm watching a video or listening to a podcast, I can make notes, or when I get an idea, I can go in the brain dumping section and do that. Okay, so that's that. And lastly, I'm winding it up. I'm sorry. I surely did not mean to be here so long, but I just wanted to go through and share with you what's working and what's not. And lastly is the everyday carry. Now you can see this is what I was struggling with for my everyday carry. It's really thinner right now because it finally dawned on me that I just had too much in it, and it's what was keeping me from really using it as an everyday carry. It does have the passport size planner in here from Sterling Ink, and I did momentarily try to use it for my spending tracker, and it probably could work. I would have been putting the things that were coming out automatically on the monthly, and then just writing down what I spent here on the weekly. I don't know. It just was like, okay, it wasn't sitting the way I wanted. I definitely had too much in it, which I realize now, because I had this other, where is it? I had this other insert in, which I took out and put in this other little cover that I have. But I had this gallon leather cover in here too. And so it was really chunky, and like to carry it with me in my purse was too much. It's so much better now like this, even though I love this. But I realized that it's good to use this when you have a cover like this. I mean, this does have some pockets, but it's not like this one, which has this big back pocket and the zipper and all these different spaces to put stuff, right? So it doesn't really need to have anything more. I already got this in here, and I've got this in here. So I really didn't need to have this in here too. So I put it in here thinking that I can alternate between these two, just like, when you change your cover on your planner, just to get a different, look. So I haven't committed to carrying these every day, because what I did do instead was, in here I have included this little Hobonichi notebook, because I just haven't found myself taking a whole bunch of notes when I don't have my personal planner with me, because most of the time I'm at work and I have my personal planner with me, or I'm home and it's with me. If I go out somewhere, I'm not going to be taking a million notes. It's just to jot down something that I may want to just write down outside of putting it in my phone. So that little booklet is definitely enough. So that's what I meant when I said that I kind of merged two things together, which is the spending tracker and the everyday carry. So if I bring my personal planner back into the mix, I still be at 10 things. And these little um, planners or notebooks are in an array of different things that I could use if I wanted to carry something with me for notes. Now, I recognize that probably that would only happen like if I was traveling. So if I'm traveling and I'm not going to carry my personal planner with me, because let's face it, as beautiful as it is and as much as I love it, um, it's a big chunky thing, right? And so if I'm flying, going traveling for work or for pleasure even, I'm not going to carry that with me. Um, and I will want to have something. So I would, and more than likely, I'm not taking care of really personal business and stuff while I'm traveling. So those days, I don't really particularly have to have that with me. So one of these things would do. And I can't say that I can tell you right now, okay, it's definitely going to be this. I mean, this is great because I currently have a planner in here. I probably in the future may opt to not get the planner and just have a notebook in here. Um, and then if I needed to notate anything while I'm away that's date specific, I can put it in my phone, but I can just have paper and pen with me. Um, I think that it's just going to be dependent on how long I'm going or where I'm going. If I'm going on work, then I may need more of something. If I'm going personally, I may take something smaller. I also have this, and I just kind of threw this in here because really this fits in here, which is like a field notes size, or this is really made to hold field notes. But I have this moleskin that I picked up that also fits in here. So um, this is an oh, this is something that has potential to go. This can slide in here. Well, anyway, I don't have to do that on camera. This video is long enough. But the point being that I can use any one of these things for travel to have something. So I wouldn't call it an everyday carry because I don't think that I'm gonna put anything in my um, purse besides this and the little Hobonichi notebook that's inside of here. And these things would only be, like I said, if I'm going now. If I'm going out of town on work, I may take something bigger. This leather covers from Apple Pig. You can get to him through Etsy, and he makes custom planner covers. This fits an A6, which I just threw this A6 Hobonichi Techo in here because this is what I have. I don't have a plain notebook A6, which I may invest in next year to put in here because this would be good to carry with me when I'm going out of town for work, for my personal stuff, just to have something for notes, keep track of the days and what happened. I have this is something I picked up. I think TJ Maxx, and I can maybe take this with me from my prayer journal because of course I won't carry my prayer journal either. So I'm going to do a different video because I have some other ideas about things that I would carry with me when I go out of town. But I just lined up these things in here that are all things that have that possibility to be carried with me. There's two of those when I travel, because definitely I'm not going to make the mistake of thinking that I could put this and this in my purse. And, it's just too much and not necessary. So I just put these things here. So now I have a place where I have options of what I can carry with me when I travel. So, my friends, I have kept you for long enough. I think I probably usually stay in at the 40, 45 at the most minute mark, but we are going on an hour now. So let me let you go. Please stay tuned for more specifics on how I work out this wellness journal and whether I continue on in here or I do something different. I'm having some ideas. I'm kind of brainstorming right now. So come back and check it out. I hope that you enjoyed this time, that you had a good snack. I should have said it at the beginning. Get a snack, get a drink, you know, and just sit back and chill out and see what I'm doing. And hopefully it gives you some inspiration or a thought because that's what this is all about. I watch other planners in the community and they're always bringing something that's, oh, that's a great idea, oh, I should try that, or oh, I really like that, even if it's not something that I use or try. So I hope that you have enjoyed the time. I thank you for spending it with me, and just remember, we do this planning, this journaling, because writing it down really helps us out. That's what the therapy planning is all about. See you next time. Bye, tribe. Oh, and did I say it? I don't know. Did I say? Okay. Yeah. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today. And I will definitely see you the next time.